Many changes take place in the communities. You may have noticed that the natural vegetation in the area has been cleared. Concrete structures and increasing populations of people and other organisms gradually take over the area. Perhaps, some areas were destroyed by natural disasters or by human activities, just such as vegetation changes, animal population also changes. And these may have major effects on the ecosystem, causing replacement of communities or development of a new environment. Hello my dear students, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is me once again, Teacher Tin, your science teacher for today's vlog. If you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell for more updates in Science 9. This is part 2 of our previous discussion, and for today's lesson, we're going to discuss about local and global environmental issues that contributed to species extinction. Have you eaten? Did you turn on an electric light, ride a tricycle or jeepney? Or did you use a computer today? When do you do any of these activities? Did you notice that you use one or more natural resources? What is natural resources, by the way? When we say natural resources, these are materials in the environment that people use to carry on with their lives. But the question is, are you using these natural resources wisely? Many of the changes that man has done to the environment were made by accident. Land would be cleared for housing and farming, and this might decrease the plant and animal populations, and some population and other environmental problems would result. So you probably know more about some of the local and global environmental issues or problems that are affecting your community. So, sino nga ba ang dahilan kung bakit nagkakaroon ng species extinction? Bakit bumababa ang population sizes ng mga organisms in the community? Is it because of the animals itself? No. So, probably it's because of us, human, because we are the primary consumer of those natural resources that we have in our ecosystem. So, can you give examples of some environmental issues that may affect your community? Okay, very good. One example is the deforestation. Are you familiar with deforestation? One of the many environmental issues that may affect the community is deforestation. Look at this example. So these are the results of deforestation. So what is deforestation, by the way? So when we say deforestation, so one of the country's environmental problems is the rapid rate of which trees are cut down. Pinuputol ang mga puno. Instead na reforestation or pagtatanim, so ang nangyayari ay deforestation, pagpuputol ng mga puno sa mga kagubatan. So did you encounter the same problem in your community? So lalo na yung mga nakatira sa mga bundok, sa mga linang, sa mga farm. So yan, kalimitan ang ginagawa nila is pinuputol ang mga puno para pagtayuan ng mga subdivision or farming. So in the Philippines, there are major causes of deforestation. There are lots of causes of deforestation. Sa ano-ano ba yun? Okay, the kaingin farming, yan, sinusunog ang paligid. So the illegal logging, pagpuputol ng puno na walang permit, which is very bad. Conversion of agricultural lands to housing projects, yan. So instead na ang mga nakatanim ay mga palay, or let's say for example coconut trees or banana plants, so ang mga nakalagay na ginagawa nilang mga subdivision. So another one is the forest fires and typhoons. So these are examples or the major causes of deforestation, kung bakit nauubos yung mga puno sa mga environment or sa jungle or sa forest. So what are the effects of deforestation sa community? So as a consequence of cutting trees, so these are the effects. So soil erosion, it can cause flood, and it can also decrease the wildlife resources that eventually lead to extinction. Isipin nyo kung yung mga forest ay nawala na ang mga puno. So saan titira yung mga endangered animals like mga eagle, let's say for example yung mga monkey, yung mga snakes, so wala. So, nadi-decrease din yung mga wildlife resources. Another is the wildlife depletion. So, as human population gets bigger, huge space is needed for shelter, for growing crops, and for industries. Dumadami ang tao. So, mas dumadami din ang pangangailangan para magkaroon ng mga bahay, ng mga industries, and so on. And, alam naman natin na deforestation is one of the major causes of the disappearance of wildlife species. What do you think will happen to animal populations that are driven away from their natural habitat? Imagine nyo kung sila ay lalaya sa kanilang tirahan sadya. So, if they cannot find enough space or if they cannot find resources para sa kanilang survival, what will happen to them? Of course, many will die or become extinct, especially if yung kanilang mga lahi ay talagang naubos na. So, wala. Totally vanish, at yun yung sinasabi na nagkakaroon ng extinction. So, some species may become endangered or in the verge of becoming extinct. So, in other cases, some animals may be threatened. Okay, so another issues or some global and local issues that may affect the species extinction is the water pollution. Talaga naman, ito ay major problem. So, a major problem in lakes, sa rivers, sa ponds is what we call the eutrophication. So, ano ba yung eutrophication? So, it happens when the concentrations of the organic nutrients that comes from domestic garbage and thrown into the bodies of water increases rapidly. So, this is one of the effects of water pollution. So, it is supposed to be a very slow process. However, because of the human activities, nagiging mas mabilis ang pagdumi or ang pagdami ng water pollution, pagtaas ng level ng water pollution. Kaya nagkakaroon ng, ito ay nagiging cause din ng extinction ng mga animals or ng other organisms. Okay, kagaya nito, this figure shows the causes and stages of eutrophication in a lake. So, ito nung una kung mapapansin nyo dun sa drawing. So, meron ditong sewage carries chemicals into lake, and these chemicals speed up the growth of algae. Kalimitan yung mga bodies of water, diyan tinatayuan yung mga planta. Let's say, for example, kung ano-anong... So, yung mga sewage nila, yung mga basura nila, yung mga maduduming tubig, basta na lang nakadiretso dun sa lake. So, ang tendency, kapag yung mga chemicals na papunta sa lake, yung mga chemicals kasi na to, sila yung nagpapalago ng mga algae sa lake. So, pag tumaas yung level ng mga algae, nagkakaroon ng algal bloom. Yung tinatawag na dumadami yung kulay green doon sa lake. So, actually, yung mga algae naman, yun naman ay beneficial. However, kapag napasobra, hindi na siya beneficial. Nagiging threatened na din yan para dun sa mga organisms na meron sa ilalim ng lake. So, these algae die and settle down to the bottom. So, kapag nag-settle down sa bottom, itong mga algae na to, they begin to decompose. So, syempre, pag na-decompose, ano bang meron sa mga na-decompose na bagay? So, nagiging bacteria na nagkokos ng decomposition para lalong this bacteria can cause decomposition that is use up oxygen in water. So, another effect of water pollution is the mass death of fish or fish kill. Namamatay ang mga fishes dun sa lake. So, have you read articles from the newspaper about fish kill, or let's say for example in Manila Bay, lalo na nung unang panahon na napakadumi ng Manila Bay, or some other places? Have you seen such event in your area like this? So, a fish kill, nangyayari ito kalimitan when there is an increase in the concentration of organic nutrients in the bodies of water. So, yung condition na to, ito yung nagkokos ng algal bloom. Pagdami ng mga algae at growth ng aquatic plants. So, kapag kasi dumami na yung mga aquatic plants sa isang lake, so parang nababawasan yung level ng, tawag dito, nababawasan yung level ng oxygen. So, yun yung ikinakamatay ng mga fishes sa ilalim ng lake. So, this condition causes the algal bloom and growth of aquatic plants. So, when the algae die, they sink to the bottom and the process of decomposition proceeds. So, dahil nga nagamit na yung mga oxygen na dapat sana ay dun sa mga fishes, so as a result, aquatic animals die due to lack of oxygen. So, when bodies of water are polluted with toxic waste, untreated sewage, and fertilizers run off from farmlands. So, ito yung nagiging result nila. So, one class of dangerous chemical present in water is the PCB or the polychlorinated biphenyl. So, PCBs are toxic waste produced in making paints. Yung mga ginagamit sa mga pintura, sa mga ink, sa mga electrical insulators. At kalimitan, ginagawa nila, tinatapon lang dito sa mga lake. So, ito naman yung nagkokos para magkaroon ng algal bloom and growth of aquatic plants, which is masama naman sa mga animals, kagaya ng mga fishes na tumitira sa ilalim ng lake. This figure shows what happens in the food chain when the PCB is present. At each level of food chain, the amount of PCB in each organism increases, so they are unable to excrete PCB from their bodies. Through the process of biological magnification, the PCB becomes concentrated in the body tissues of water organisms. So what is biological magnification? When we say biological magnification, this is the build-up of pollutants in organisms in higher trophic levels in a food chain. Fish living in contaminated ecosystems contain built-up high concentration of PCB as shown in this figure. Okay, so yung mga fishes, they are not killed by the chemicals. Kaya lang, yung mga chemicals na nandun, they are stored in the tissues of the fishes. Kaya nagiging toxic yung mga fishes na kinakain kung yung mga isda na to ay galing sa mga lakes na nagkaroon na nga ng ganitong klase ng mga toxins. Okay, so other pollutants found in water are heavy metals such as lead, mercury, and cadmium. So these metals come from the factories that dump their waste into the rivers or lakes. Next environmental issues that may affect the species extinction is the air pollution. Okay, this is very common. So do you know that the cars are one of the major contributors to air pollution? Pollutants can enter the air as gases, liquids, or solids. So cars burn fuels and produce harmful gases such as carbon dioxide, nitrogen oxides, and hydrocarbons. In Metro Manila, where a great volume of cars travel each day, smog blankets the area. So nitrogen oxides and hydrocarbons from car exhaust react with water vapor or dust particle and producing new irritating chemicals. So carbon dioxide acts like a blanket over the earth, so holding in the heat that would otherwise radiate back into the space. So ito yung tinatawag natin na greenhouse effect. So the trapping of heat by gases in the earth is called the greenhouse effect. The greenhouse effect is a natural process, but as carbon dioxide in the atmosphere increases, so pag tumataas yung carbon dioxide sa ating atmosphere, so yung greenhouse effect, nag-i-intensify siya. So, ang nangyayari niyan, ito yung nagli-lead sa tinatawag natin na global warming. Ano ba yung global warming? So, pag sinabi natin global warming, this is the increase in Earth's temperature from rapid build-up of carbon dioxide and other gases. So, in return, of course, this could change the world climate patterns. Kaya nagkakaroon ng climate change. And last one, we have the acid precipitation. So acid precipitation, this is commonly known as the acid rain. So the rainwater is normally acidic naman talaga yan because of carbon dioxide is normally present in rainwater. However, other pollutants kagaya ng sulfur and nitrogen oxides, so ito yung nagpapa-acidic lalo sa mga rainwater. Yung mga may pH level na 5.6 or mas mababa pa doon. So emissions of factories and from exhaust of motor vehicles are also some of the examples of pollutants that may affect the rainwater at magkakos ng acid rain. So acid rain can be very harmful to living things. So ito yung nagkokos kung bakit nagiging yellowish yung mga halaman, yung mga leaves sa trees, mga leaves sa mga halaman natin. At ito rin yung dahilan kung bakit nanlalagas yung mga dahon sa mga halaman at sa mga puno natin. It's because of the acid rain. So, this figure, okay, I'll show you the figure. This summarizes the effect of acid rain. So, along the nutrients being lost through direct leaching from leaves and no movement of nutrients in forest litter, kagaya ng leaves, stems, and fruits, nutrients can be lost from the soil. Acid water flowing from the soil can exchange acidic hydrogen ions for essential plant nutrients ions such as calcium, magnesium, and potassium. So if these nutrients migrate beneath the rooting zone, they become unavailable to tree roots. So, tanggapin na natin. So, let us accept that human activities and overpopulation have really caused most of the environmental issues and problems nowadays. People are beginning to realize that the way they interact with our ecosystem environment must change to ensure the survival of all living things and all living organisms. So this is one of the big challenge for everyone to maintain the resources needed for survival while ensuring that they will still be available in the future. This is a practice of what we call the sustainable development. This means that a sustainable society should live under the carrying capacity of the environment. So, kung ano lang yung resources natin, dapat pagkasyahin lang ng human. Hindi yung talagang inubos na yung mga kailangan or yung kailangan sa isang area. Ano po? So, this means that the rate at which society uses renewable resources does not exceed the rate at which the resources are generated. Kasi anong nangyayari, ito lang yung resources, pero ito sa sobrang dami yung mga consumer. So dapat kung ano na yung kasya dito, yun lang yung pagkakasyahin ng mga consumer. What are the things to remember for this topic? So first, the principal causes of deforestation are illegal logging, kaingin farming, forest fires, and conversion of agricultural lands to housing projects and typhoons. Second, the effects of deforestation include soil erosion, floods, and depletion of wildlife resources. Third, the major cause of wildlife extinctions is the loss of habitat. Next, fourth, the coral destruction is caused by dynamite fishing and muroami, while mangrove destruction is caused by overharvesting and conversion of area into other uses. In eutrophication, nutrients are washed away from the land to enrich bodies of water. It causes excessive growth of aquatic plants and algae and results in algal bloom, which eventually die and decompose. The process depletes the oxygen dissolves in water, causing fish and other aquatic organisms to die. Next is acid rain is the result of air pollution, mostly from factories and motor vehicles. And lastly, sustainable development means that a society should live under the carrying capacity of the environment. This is the end of our topic, and for the next topic, we will be discussing about life energy, still about the ecosystem. So, I hope you learned something from this. So, if you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell for more updates in Science Side. And please leave your comment below, and if you want to discuss another topic, so just leave your comment below and babasahin natin yan. So, this is me once again, Teacher Tin, your science teacher for today. Bye and see you again.